Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathen. Now this lesson is going to be a quick one just based on a wrong way driver who died in a fiery crash in Massachusetts. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says a woman who was driving the wrong way died, and another woman was injured Wednesday night in a fiery crash on Interstate 290 in Northborough, Massachusetts, officials said. Multiple 911 callers reported just before 9 p.m. that a vehicle was driving the wrong way on I-290 eastbound. When state troopers arrived, they found the wrong way car had crashed into another vehicle near exit 27. A Subaru and a Jeep were found on fire with severe front-end damage, fire officials said. Viewer video sent to News Center 5 showed a vehicle on its side completely engulfed in flames. The other vehicle was nearby, also on fire and emitting heavy smoke. The driver and sole occupant of the vehicle that was driving in the wrong direction was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver and sole occupant of the other vehicle escaped before first responders arrived. It was taken to UMass Memorial Medical Center to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Say you show up to a crash like that and you find someone out of their vehicle able to talk. It's pretty amazing how things happen. Northborough Fire Department Chief Neil Espesi said she had some broken injuries, lacerations, some cuts, little confusion. The crash remains under investigation. It was the latest in a string of wrong-way crashes across the state. Said Massachusetts State Trooper Kevin Traynor was killed on May 6 after his cruiser was struck on Route 1 in Lynnfield, Massachusetts by a wrong-way driver who also died in the crash. In response, state leaders announced an expansion of wrong-way detection technology. They're rolling out 400 wrong-way prevention systems statewide. The initiative has been in development for about a year following several fatal incidents involving wrong-way drivers that included the death of Traynor, Gloucestershire High School student Christopher Daly, and Endicott College Sergeant Jeremy Cole. 144. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yeah, but this is what the Lord is doing out here, man. And through the Spirit, I've been saying that the judgments of the Lord take many forms. Deadly fires, car crashes, tornadoes, shootings, stabbings. Like the Lord has so many different ways in which he executes judgment upon wicked people. Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. And we have to keep in mind that the Heavenly Father is in the midst of every judgment that takes place. It is his judgment. It is his anger upon these wicked people. And whether you agree with it or not, that person or those people who got judged, they deserved that judgment. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous. Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's why heavy judgments like that happen, because that's the Lord's anger. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hegeon Selah. And this wrong way crash was the judgment of the Lord upon those two people, the one who died and the one who was injured. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And in this judgment, the Lord killed someone and wounded somebody else. And for the person who died, there was nothing that could have been done to deliver them out of the hand of the Lord. And that's what people don't understand. The state can put all of these wrong way driver safety measures in place. It's not going to stop that from happening. The Lord is going to have his judgment be fulfilled regardless of what man decides to try to do to prevent it. First Samuel 2:6. The Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yeah, and the Lord kills through his judgments. And this deadly crash, wrong way crash, was one of those judgments. Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent. The person who died was not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that is what's happening in these last days. Wicked people are reaping what they've sown. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for that one person who died in this crash, and funny enough, it was the person who was driving the wrong way that died. So they were already in the wrong anyway, And then the person who got injured, they survived. But this just goes to show that the Lord kills who he wants to. It's not random. Slovakia. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And that's right, because this is why brothers say, we got to stay prayed up. Pray when you first wake up. Pray before you leave the house. Pray while you're outside. Always pray that the Lord keeps his hedge of protection over you, because you just never know when the Lord is going to bring judgment, especially out on the roads. People driving the wrong way, people speeding, running red lights, doing all sorts of crazy things. You just never know. So you always got to, stay prayed up and be circumspect. And also self-examine to make sure that you're doing righteousness in the eyes of the Lord. Because the Lord gives multiple daily examples of what happens to those who are wicked. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.